Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Businessman murdered, wife injured in Cranston shooting. A 53-year-old businessman was shot dead and his wife injured during an attack on Sunday morning at their restaurant in Cranston, St. Andrew. The deceased was identified as Peter Green. The two, who also own the commercial complex on which the restaurant is located, was reportedly preparing meals when two men rode up on a bike about 8:30 a.m. The pillion rider reportedly alighted, walked to the shop and opened fire on the couple. Blood marks covered by dirt outside one of the doors to the restaurant, and a yellow caution tape told the tale of the tragedy when reporters arrived on the scene. One store operator at the plaza said he was sleeping when he heard the explosion, but thought the noise was from a bike. However, he said he realized it was something serious when he heard people saying that Mr. Green was shot. "It is really sad," he said, describing the couple as good people who got along well with others. But persons at the scene were overheard saying that the businessman was involved in a dispute over land elsewhere in the community. They theorized that the shooting may be linked to the dispute. "You can see a whole community live on land and you want bulldozer them down. Where you go get?" one person questioned. The couple reportedly moved to the house on the disputed property after their home in another section of the community was burnt down. The police have not commented on any possible motive. Two brothers shot to death in St. James. A motive is yet to be established for Friday night shooting death of two brothers, 54-year-old laborer Dean Scott Wade and 51-year-old shopkeeper Dwight Durami Wade in Roehampton, St. James. The two were at a bar owned and operated by Dwight when they were attacked about 9:30 p.m. The police were summoned, and on their arrival, the younger brother Dwight was seen on the ground in a pool of blood with what appeared to be a gunshot wound to the head and upper body. Dean, the other brother, was found suffering from a gunshot wound to his abdomen. Citizens rushed him to the Corner Regional Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. The police found 4 9mm cartridges on the scene. The St. James police are investigating. Grange leads outpouring of tribute to DJ Arif Cooper. Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Oliver Grange, has led tribute to disc jockey and music producer Arif Cooper following his death on Sunday. Cooper died suddenly while playing at a party early in the morning at the Police Officers Club in St. Andrew. In a statement, Grange said she is deeply saddened by Cooper's passing. "It is so sad that another of our outstanding personalities in the music industry has left us suddenly and at such a relatively young age," the minister said. "We saw Afri following his famous father, Michael Ibo Cooper, a founder of the Third World Band, into music and making his own name here in Jamaica and on the international scene, where he entertained audiences in a number of United States cities and in Japan. Cooper's versatility was one that huge features of the man and was greatly admired by his colleagues in the music industry, especially those whose careers benefited from his talent, and by his fans. "Will be sorely missed," Green said. Fellow disc jockey Delano, a founder of Renaissance Disco Sound System, said Cooper's death is a big loss for the industry. "We lost a great one. My condolences to his family, friends and supporters. He was doing what he loved by letting you dance, sing and full joy life," Delano wrote on social media. Cooper was introduced to music at an early age and began DJing in the house parties in the early 90s. For more than 2 decades, he served at Fame FM as a broadcaster and DJ. Cooper is also known for creating the Guardian Angel rhythm featuring T.O.K. and Tommy Chin, and has also produced and written for his DJ Sean Paul and Beanie Man. Sean Paul was among the many people expressing sadness at Cooper's passing. "Jano, still can't believe I woke up to this news. So much great musical memories shared with the legendary producer and DJ. Condolences to his family and friends. R.I.P. to my brother," he wrote. Another international dancehall star, Shaggy, also paid tribute on social media. "So saddened by the news this morning of our friend, producer, DJ, and member of our culture, at Arif Cooper. Condolences to his family. What good my brother," he wrote. Meanwhile, Grange added, "I express my deepest condolences to his family, his relatives, the RJR Communications Group with which he worked for many years, his friends and associates, to the music fraternity, and to his fans and admirers everywhere." Cops to lose salary over Lindsay jailbreak. 2 policemen are to lose some of their pay as punishment for their alleged negligence in the escape of 6 prisoners from the Lindsay police station lockup in St. Catherine in October 2017. The update was provided in the police force order published on February 16. The constables were named as C.L. Smith and D.J. Thousand. The internal police document said the punishment, in which each cop is to be deprived of 10 days' pay, was handed down following a court of inquiry. It said the cops conducted themselves contrary to the discipline, good order and guidance of the force, and that through negligence, while on cell guard duties, the 6 Jamaican male prisoners escaped between 5 a.m. and 9:40 a.m. on October 11, 2017. Cop undergoing treatment after Sunday morning highway crash. A police constable who was involved in a single vehicle accident along the PJ Patterson Highway Sunday morning has been admitted to the Spanish Town Hospital where he is undergoing treatment. According to reports, the injured constable condition is not considered life-threatening. He was among several people who sustained injuries and were rushed to the hospital after the driver of a black BMW motor car lost control of the vehicle, which then crashed into a median. It is understood that the accident occurred around 7 a.m. The cars reported on the highway heading towards Spanish Town when the accident happened. According to an alleged eyewitness, the vehicle flipped several times. I saw the vehicle drift to the side. It flipped over 3 times. It was a terrible sight, he told reporters.
Man, I was on the scene, right in front of me everything took place. Where I see when the vehicle drift to the side. And by the time I see the vehicle drift, I see it climb the island and freak over 3 times. All I was going that way. Man, I tell you, it was a terrible sight, trust me. So, and because I switch everybody in the vehicle, I stop the vehicle now and run out now, I realize, say, I still not take time, I come out of the vehicle, I say, thank God, they don't know dead. And same time I call control now for them send a uniform. So,
Jamaica's economy watchdog urges unions and government to wrap wage talks. The watchdog for government's financial discipline says there is no further room for increases in wages to public sector workers in an appeal to unions and the financial ministry to wrap up negotiations before the new fiscal year starts on April 1. Jamaica cannot afford to reverse the tremendous gains that all Jamaicans, inclusive of the public service, who have observed great restraint and sacrifice to achieve. We are very concerned about the risk of derailment at the macrofiscal program or possible further breakdown in industrial relationships between the government of Jamaica and its employees, said the Economic Program Oversight Committee (EPOC), a body set up in 2013 to monitor implementation of reforms under Jamaica's agreement with the International Monetary Fund. Government has signed off deals with over 60% of public sector workers under a new compensation review, but agreements with 2 major groups, police and teachers, representing 30% of the public sector, remain outstanding. EPOC, which comprises representatives from the private and public service and civil society, said Sunday that the economy has rebounded to pre-COVID levels and tax revenues have overperformed budget, allowing the government to increase allocations for wages and salaries from the original budget $268 billion to $318 billion for this fiscal year. But it says, based on a review, government simply has no further room to increase allocation to the public service in the current fiscal year 2022-2023. The government of Jamaica has projected GDP to growth by 1.6% in the next fiscal year, and it is highly unlikely that tax revenues will continue to exceed budget at current year's level, and the fiscal room will not be there to increase beyond the $338 billion, which is projected for the 2023-2024 fiscal year, EPOC said in a statement. It said EPOC appealed to the government of Jamaica and outstanding public bodies to finalize negotiations. EPOC is strongly encouraging outstanding public bodies and their staff associations that they continue to be transparent and communicate to their members the details of the proposed salary package and the risk that they will face in terms of payments being possibly protracted over years rather than they receiving their increased compensation in full for 2022-2023. EPOC says the government should continue to engage the leadership of the unions and the employees they represent, as time is not on our side, as negotiations must be completed to ensure that the payments can be made from Jamaica's Consolidatory Fund by March 31. EPOC statement comes roughly 2 days before Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark opened the 2023-2024 budget debate in Parliament. Clark indicated last month that there was no room in the 2023-2024 budget to accommodate payment to public sector workers who have not signed the compensation agreement before the end of the current fiscal year. Corporal Will James, president of the Jamaica Police Federation, told reporters that he was not concerned about the announced dead timeline, and at a meeting with members on Friday, he said a revised offer from the ministry a day before did not address the group's concern, which include the absorption of certain allowances in basic salaries. The more than 25,000 member-strong Jamaica Teachers Association (JTA) is also continuing negotiations, having rejected a revised offer weeks ago. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the